Okay, so this is actually essential oils and supplements that are specifically geared towards people who are in pain and who don't want to be in pain anymore. So if you really want to do this, like kind of just think about your life. Are you in chronic pain? On a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you feel that pain, or how bad is that pain? Is there emotional pain? Like, are you feeling that heaviness, like almost like you can't breathe kind of emotional pain? Or is it just occasional pain? You have good days and you have bad days, which I think I thought that I was in occasional pain until I came out to the other side of it and found out, oh my gosh, I was in chronic pain. Like, that's not normal. People, teachers' feet hurt, waitresses' feet hurt, soldiers' feet hurt. I mean, if y'all are feeling like I was feeling, I don't think you should have to do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. So it actually really starts with nutrition. Our bodies were beautifully created to heal themselves when we give ourselves the proper nutrition. And the problem is that our nutrition has been bred out of our food over the past 100 years for it to be bigger and prettier and sweeter. And so if you think about, I don't know, my grandpa had an apple tree in his yard, and they were small and they weren't pretty, and they were sour. They actually weren't even sweet. But nutrition in apples like 50 years ago were ridiculously higher in all the vitamins that we need now. If you've ever, you can Google this, like green beans almost have no nutrition right now because everything's been bred out of it. And so even on the absolute healthiest diet, we do need a supplement. And so we have a 3-pack of supplements that this was really the changing point for both me and John. Is when we started these supplements, we were like, oh my gosh, I'm not in pain. I have energy. I'm not waking up with knee pain. I can shoot 10 out of 10 from the kneeling position from the Army now because I don't have knee pain. What? That was John talking. That was awkward. Um, it all starts with that nutrition. And so our 3-pack is vitamins and minerals. It's a fatty acid, so omega-3s, omega-6s. There's 7 essential oils in there. And then a superfood blend. So that's the ginkgo biloba and the pomegranate and ashwagandha and all that good stuff we should be getting into our bodies. I'm sure you've heard about superfoods and getting those superfoods in there. So for chronic pain, the Lifelong Vitality, it's going to help have a healthy response to that oxidated stress. It's going to support bone health with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D. And it's going to support healthy joint function and comfort. For emotional pain, and a lot of people don't think about this, but this comes from nutrition too, and gut health as well. So it's going to support mental clarity and brain function. That comes a lot from the frankincense and from the fatty acids. And then it's also going to help against lipid oxidation. It's going to support healthy function of the brain's eyes and the nervous system. And that nervous system all connecting together is really going to help with emotions. And so if someone's just in occasional pain, which I thought I was, but I was in chronic pain, it's going to create that foundational support where they probably aren't going to have occasional pain, and then hopefully prevent that chronic pain later, prevent those emotional issues later, prevent all those big things we're trying to prevent later in life by starting that nutrition early. It's going to help the body just speed up recovery and heal itself a lot faster. So, a lot of people tend to say, oh, that's in my genes, I'm going to be stuck with that. But there's a study of epigenetics that actually shows our lifestyle has more an effect on our bodies than our genes. And so we're not stuck with the genes we have. As long as we're ready to go in there and do a healthy lifestyle and start a supplement, start getting the toxins out of our house that we can actually prevent those things that we're trying to not get, that we're afraid that we might get just because family members had them. So, a lot of us, or a lot of people are on, hey, who just sent that to me? Who just gave me my care heart? A lot of people are on pain medications, and my mom was one of them, and she had a vertebrae that was like basically facing the wrong way. She had to have it Like she had to have back surgery, lower back surgery, and she actually had 2 knee replacements. So when I'm talking about my mom was in pain, she was in pain. And she was on a couple of those strong prescriptions that we have, an epidemic. And so when I came to essential oils, we made her a special roller bottle blend, and she was able to come off all of those tough prescriptions. And even after surgery, she used the prescriptions for like 48 hours and then switched to essential oils, which I think is so amazing. So what are the dangers of prescription pain meds? And I'm not saying people shouldn't try to be on them. If you want to be on them, that's fine. But just here are some warnings. So they cause more deaths than car accidents. Over 37,000 people die a year from side effects from pain medication. They're considered safe because they're legal. And so even our poor teens are on them. They do give a false sense of euphoria, and it can lead to addiction. There are generally withdrawal symptoms when you come off. They are overprescribed. There's an estimated 90% of people with chronic pain that are prescribed opioids that actually could have done something else and not been prescribed those opioids. Guys, I get a little upset, sorry. And it can shut down your digestion. So I have addiction that runs in my family. So this one hits home for me. So for people who want to try to wean off, first of all, talk to your doctor, and you tell your doctor, I'm interested in trying to wean off of these. These are the supplements I want to take. These are, the essential oils I want to use for pain. Can you help monitor me as I do this? You can increase water intake. You can start taking the Lifelong Vitality and other supplements, and then surround yourself with supportive people, because it's going to be tough, especially if you've been on a pain medication for a long time. So we do have this thing in doTERRA called Symphony of the Cells, and it's almost like rapid fire essential oils down the spine. So it's like 2 drops of an oil, slather it down. Sometimes you let them smell it, rub it on their feet. Next oil, slather it down, let them smell it, rub it on their feet. And we just repeat that with several oils. And there's one called the inflammatory response. So if it's chronic all over pain, I highly, highly recommend the Symphony of the Cells. It's super easy. It's really just slather, smell, feet, slather, smell, feet. And this one actually doesn't even have the nose. So this one's not even smell. And John and I use the Symphony of the Cells to help ourselves from getting sick during our current times. So we actually alternate between respiratory and infectious disease Symphony of the Cells. And it's super fast. It takes like 3 minutes, and we both feel amazing when it's over. So some additional products. So that Lifelong Vitality is really the base. If someone has joint or muscle pain, Deep Blue Rub is amazing. So you just squirt a little bit in and rub it wherever it hurts. If you need a boost to that, some things that I recommend to add to it, lemongrass is like $10. It's like the best oil ever. And frankincense, not $10, but seriously the best oil ever. And so if I'm having aches, which I almost have no aches ever, like seriously, if I do a really, really, really hard workout, I might rub this on like my calf. But I do like to add lemongrass or frankincense to it. But every day I'm taking the supplements, and every day I put a drop of frankincense underneath my tongue. So I'm trying to calm down any inflammation anywhere in the body, because I don't want to be in pain anymore. For emotional health, we have an amazing line called the Adaptive line, and it's really all about kind of balancing out the body. I do recommend still taking it with the Lifelong Vitality. And I take this as needed, but I have friends who seriously take this twice a day, and they've been able to come off of some emotional medication. Guys, I'm not trying to say anything's wrong with emotional medication. If you're happy with that and you've like finally been regulated after years of trying, don't feel like I'm judging you or anything. But for people who want to come off or maybe not get on that type of medication, for emotional issues, I highly, highly recommend Adaptive. And now some people are on digestive pain. I think we should all be on a probiotic. So for me, this is foundational. And I think we should all be on a metabolic enzyme that helps us keep the good stuff from food and get rid of the bad stuff from food. But if still with all that, we have some tummy issues, we have Digestin, Peppermint, or Tamer. And I have some clients who have some serious, serious digestive issues that don't have those issues anymore because they start ahead of time by using this stuff ahead of time, especially if they're going to splurge on something they normally know they shouldn't be eating. Tends to be dairy, sometimes gluten. They'll go ahead and rub this stuff on before they eat it and have a probiotic and a Terrazyme while they eat it, so that they have lessened the effects, or some of them don't even have any effects with it anymore. And then sometimes the pain is in the head. So maybe it's a tension or a headache. Yet again, if it's chronic, I really recommend starting with the supplements, but some other things we can do: frankincense, putting a drop on your thumb and pressing it to the top of your mouth. Past tense is all about tension. So kind of massaging that into your shoulders and neck. Or if it's sinus, peppermint or breathe, and just kind of breathing that in. And you can put a little bit on your temples, like do every other area first and then go to temples, because it is strong. And we have, let me stop that. So if you're on Zoom, I'm just going to kind of go through those so that you can take a picture of that in case you were wanting one of those specific ones. And then I'm going to stop recording.